Hello and welcome to week 4 of Hashtag Tag Tuesday, hosted by Lisa at Crafting Diva. All the links to all the ladies taking part are in the description box below. You might have noticed that I wasn't on last week with the theme that was green. I did do it, but I didn't have a chance to upload any video. But I can show you what I did. So this is now the back side of this wall. I didn't want it to be too perfect. I wanted it to look more like because it's obviously a hole in the wall for the aperture. I wanted it to be a bit more as if it's overgrown. So I've thrown a lot of green paints, inks, etc. at that. But you can see if you hold it in the right light, there are also some stamped leaves. So that is now double-sided, and obviously we can still see through the aperture. What is behind the aperture will be coming in one of the future weeks. I can't remember which week it is at the moment, but yeah, a little bit later on we'll see what's behind there. And today's theme is travel, and I am going to make that one on camera. So I've got this Amala stamp, which is apartments. It's quite a big stamp, as you can see, and I've looked up as a reference on the internet to see the sort of colours that these might be in, and I'm going to print that out and colour it in. First of all, I directly stamped onto the tag, but it is slightly shiny, and I don't think the VersaFine liked it very much. I did blot it off a few times and sort of tried to heat set it, but it's already smudged quite badly, and then the pencil was picking up some black, so I decided to abandon that one, and I've stamped it directly onto some paper. As you can see from the tag, I only want those these three here, and I've been looking online, like I said, at a reference picture, and I'm going to use this is light yellow ochre, and then I've got three sort of browny reds here. They're all polychromos pencils, and so I'm going to colour it in using those. And then I will trim it down to fit my tag. I've coloured those in quite roughly. I've left the windows and their sills and sort of the ornate pieces above the windows in the white. I'm just going to use some, I think this is ivory, so I'm going to use a bit of ivory on those, because I don't want to colour them in the same colour as the building. But I don't want to do them like a dark colour, so I'm hoping that this will just take away the darkness of the white. And then I'm going to add some greenery in, and various different pieces. I think I might take a yellow or an orange, just put some of the lights on, like I did with the stencil. So yeah, this is, in case you haven't realised, it's following a Netherlands theme. Just before I cut this, I want to tell you that first of all I'm going to cut off this, which I think is probably a satellite dish. I don't want that on there. And I've added this sort of stepped gable because this just came flat across there, but I've just added that in with the black pen, and I'm going to cut straight across there because I don't want to have to cut around all these fiddly bits. You can see that I've coloured in everything now with some of the windows I've done in Payne's Grey, some of them in indigo. You probably can't tell that on video, and obviously I've left a few lights on in some of the windows. Excuse my messy piece of paper in the background, but I am about to paint this black. So as you can see, I've just gone over this and rubbed off the worst of it, and then I'm going to paint it black. But this just indicates just how how bad that ink was. I think maybe if I would have heat set it for a bit, but I'd already smudged it by that point anyway, so it wasn't really going to work. Or maybe used an archival, or I could have embossed and still used the Versaclair, but didn't do any of those things. And I'm just going to paint over the tag in black. My tag is now dry, and I'm going to use this Amala stamp called Northern Lights. Now you might be thinking, can you see the Northern Lights from Holland? Well, yes you can. It's the most southerly European country where you can still see the Northern Lights. And I've picked out some sort of Northern Lights colours. So these are all my iridescent acrylics, and I've got the violet blue, I think this is like a green blue, there's a bit of gold, and this is like another sort of greeny blue. And as I said, I'm going to use this stamp, and I will need to work quite quickly because the acrylics will dry on the stamp, and obviously I don't really want that to happen. I have got some water ready, so I can spritz it and wipe them off. And this is a tough one, it's stuck to the acetate really well. Finally got it off the wrapper. And yeah, so now I can just I think what I'll do is paint this and then just lift the tag to it. I think that's probably going to be the easiest thing to do. I don't want to overload the stamp either. Right, I think that will do. Let's move that over here a bit. And it's not too bad. Let's go ahead with the rest of the colours and see what happens. Right, I have lost some of the detail, but I'm not too worried about that. I do wish that I hadn't used the gold. Didn't need that. I don't. Oh, you can see there the sort of sparkle from it. And now I need to add my houses in front. I'm going to glue that on and then cut round to make sure it's level with the tag. That is stuck down, and so I don't wander too far from the travel theme, although this is my interpretation of the theme, because I would like to go to Holland. I've only ever been once, but I would love to go back, and I'd also love to see the Northern Lights, and of course it fits in with the whole theme of my tag. But just to add a bit more of a travel element, I have got some stamps that came free with a magazine, and they're called Life's an Adventure. I'm going to use the bike and also the suitcase. I've stamped those out on paper and coloured them in with the pencils again. With the bike, I've lined it up roughly, and I've drawn through and coloured just so it looks like you can see through the spikes of the bike to the building. And again, just at the handle here where you would be able to see the handle. I'm not planning on having the full case on there, but again that lines up roughly so it looks like you can see through where the handle is. Okay, so I've added the suitcase and the bike, and there's just one more thing I want to do to finish it off. So my last thing was some flower soft to the basket so it looks like flowers. Flower soft has been around for ages. I got mine from Katie Sue years ago. I think it's the same stuff that you use on models for railways and things. I've used the russet red, sunshine yellow and delphinium blue. I really wanted a dark blue, but I only had a baby blue, so I went for the delphinium because it's slightly darker, but it does have white mixed in with it. You can obviously make your own colours by mixing them up as well. So yeah, I've gone with the blue, yellow and red because they're sort of the typical colours that I think you would see if they were tulips, which of course are very famous again in Holland, along with the bikes, which is why I've chosen that. But that's done now. I'm quite pleased with that. I'm glad that I added the flower soft because before I put that in there was something missing, and that just, yeah, that came to me. So thank you so much for watching, and please do hop over to the other channels. They will all be listed in my description box below. And until next time, cheerio.